Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is Just Stop It. Welcome to the Just Stop It show. We are glad you stopped by tonight. And listen, today is a super special day. Not that every day isn't special, but today we really got a good one for you. And we're just glad that you're here with us. We've got our hot spots of the show tonight, and we've got a special guest tonight. So listen, bring your book bags, your shopping carts full of questions and answers, and join us at the Just Stop It show. We are just happy to be here tonight. We've got so much to share with you. And we've got our hot spots again. Our oh so opulent, our own Shannon Grace Chappelle, the opulent one in the house tonight.
Hey,
Hey,
hello. How's
Shannon.
everybody? How you doing?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. It's a brand new day.
Wonderful. Yes, it is.
Absolutely. And
Yes, it
we've got
is.
our other hot spot of the show, our own, that apple that doesn't fall far from the tree, our Trayvon Wiz, our
Hey y'all,
media
what's up?
producer, our Trey
How y'all
Wiz,
doing? How y'all
our
doing?
Good. How are
Trayvon Gray.
you?
I'm
Yes,
good, y'all. I'm
absolutely.
good.
It's good. Good to see you.
And my favorite person coming up. Go ahead and introduce her. Go ahead, Roy. Go fix your
Go
glasses.
Absolutely.
I see you in the background.
Go
Fix
Absolutely.
your
ahead.
glasses.
Hold on.
Our own. Well, that's she's one of my
Oh.
sheroes. She's one of my
hmm
sheroes. She is a phenomenal woman, and listen, to say the least, I just can't
Mhm.
tell you enough. She's going to tell you more, but I am privileged. We are privileged, should I say, to
So
love her
glad to have
and
you
know
back.
her, and glad to
Yeah.
have her with us tonight. She's always in there in the trenches with us, from
Mhm.
beginning to the end, and we're just happy to
For
have her
real.
tonight. This is our Shiro, my own. And she calls me Pam Pam. I love you, Alva, our chef Alva of the Hummingbirds. She's got a lot more hot stuff coming
Hey.
at you today.
Hi.
Hey,
She's gonna
what's
tell us
going
about
on? What's
everything.
going on,
Hey.
Chef?
What's
Hi,
going
This is
on?
Chef.
First,
show.
let me
This
say
is
what a
our chef
wonderful
Alva.
introduction. Thank
We love
Thank
you like no other girl, as God
Glad to
does.
thank you
see
so
you.
much
Absolutely.
for that. I'm
Yeah.
glad
Absolutely.
to know that
Absolutely.
you like me that much.
Of course, yeah. Of
No, we
course, I was
love
happy
you.
to have you back, and we
Yes,
love you.
Alva, Trayvon,
Love you, and I
Trayvon
miss
talks
you.
about you all the time.
Thank
We
you.
all talk about you. You really are phenomenal, and you have so much to
God is
give that people don't even know, and
Mhm.
of the story. But you're gonna share with us, and we're just gonna let you share in a little bit. We just want to just share this friendly disclaimer
hmm
Mhm.
to our with our viewers. This information in our videos are not intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. All content, including graphics, images, information contained in this video is for general information purposes only and does not and can never replace consultation with your own doctor and health professionals. Please be mindful, we are sharing valuable information for you to add on to your wellness. To enhance your wellness, please seek medical attention along with this shared information. All right, so here we are with Alva listeners, viewers, those of you who are passing through tonight. We love you like no other. Oh, and it is wow, it's another special day with Alva being with us. It is also Palm Sunday. One of my children had to remind me today is Palm Sunday.
Yes.
Listen, it's a day to celebrate victory, not to celebrate it's just to celebrate victory. It's not about your religion. It's not about anything except life. Celebrate victory. Celebrate the things and the joy that you've never been able to do before. Celebrate the things and move into strategies that you never had before and be that phenomenal you. So this
hmm
is why we have this phenomenal person with us, helping us to be that phenomenal person that we need to be. Chef Alva,
hmm
listen, we got a
Mm.
whole kit and caboodle of questions, and I know you got some good stuff for us tonight.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
believe so. I believe so.
you had the hummingbirds. Well, listen, she taught us a lot about the hummingbirds,
hmm
the
Mhm.
the the symbol the symbolism, the symbolic meaning of the hummingbirds when she was on our first platform with the Think Life show.
Yes.
But Alva, she's an amazing person. And, we all are passing through our own journey. But we're just thankful that she's sharing it with us and continue to share it with those who need to just be enlightened. Some people don't even know they need, until they start to have conversations. And we're just humbled by the conversations and the enlightenment, the knowledge she dropped on us when we was at the Think Life show. And just being a hummingbird, I consider this it's a privilege being a hummingbird because, hummingbirds bring joy and happiness. They symbolize happiness. They symbolize cheerfulness. And they pollinate. They're good for the flowers. They pollinate. And we all pollinate in some way or another. We all nurture and bring life to something in some way or other. And the good news is we are doing it together at the Just Stop It show. We are pollinate. We are the hummingbirds too. What else brings what Alva brings to light is a whole nother perspective in mental health and wellness support. We bring it in mental health support and wellness, just making a difference in the lives of people, making sure that they're on the right, that they have a safe space to talk about their mental health journey and shared information. Alva brings it, and she brings it with a whole different take. Alva, you want to share? You want to share that with us?
Yes.
You shared it with us at the Think Life show, but you got some more shining. You shining brighter this time. Go ahead.
Yeah. I bring it through my own personal journey, first and foremost. And through God's knowledge and wisdom that I have gained and still am gaining. So I also bring it joyfully. We can be in a sad moment or a mourning moment, but we can also be joyful about it, to even recognize those moments and process them and figure out what we do about it, and then continue on from there. I'm bringing it from a mother's perspective, a wife's perspective, a daughter perspective. I'm bringing it for the women that I believe need to listen, really need to listen. The women that think this is who I am, think about that for a moment. Is that really who you are? Because we're not created to be a mess. We're not created to be out of sorts. We're not created to be less than what we are created to be, which are queens, peculiar people, so if we're not focusing on exercising that, and we're doing a lot of things because there are a lot of reasons that are out of sorts, we need to think about that and consider to get ourselves back in sorts. And it takes work. It takes a new word in my vocabulary: grit.
All right, grit.
Consistently.
Grit.
To bring yourself to what do we say? Being the best you, being the you that you are made to be.
I agree.
Which I know for sure is the connection and relationship in God. I know, not even think, I know that is a necessity. Yet I also know that there are people who are not there in their God relationship. There's still work that you can do being not there in your God relationship. Listening to platforms like this. Yeah, and just preparing yourself and just thinking about it.
Yeah.
What else did I want to say? Bringing it for the women and understanding that sometimes also that the you that you think you are may be, again, not you, because of trauma that you've been through. I don't think it's any human on this earth that hasn't been through trauma. Human beings traumatize
exactly.
each other. That's what human beings do. That is that is due to the fall from the beginning of human life. And we're going to constantly do that, but we can choose not to let it happen. We can choose not to allow it. We can choose not to do it. And we can also choose to overcome it and heal from
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
jovially, if that's a word, because that's the word I
Yes.
was looking for a second
Mhm.
ago.
Jovially.
Jovial, jovial.
Jovial.
I said
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Jovial.
jovial,
jovial.
but jovial, yeah,
Jovial.
Yes.
is how I like to
Absolutely.
bring it.
Cheerfully. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and also I'm bringing it doing my own work for myself
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yes.
that.
because I was that
Yes.
Mhm.
As you
one
should.
out of sorts,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
know, and I got
Yeah, we
tired of
all
being
been
out of
there.
sorts
Uh-huh.
because
Yes.
I
when I
know it.
listen to something that is probably in all of us is saying, you know, that ain't right. You know, you shouldn't have
Mhm.
Right.
said that. You know, you don't
Right.
feel good about that. Listen
Right.
to that.
Mhm.
Listen to it
Yeah.
because that
Yes.
is what you
Listen
should
to
be
that.
listening to because all that
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
stuff that we just did is all defense mechanisms, the
Mhm.
facade that we putting on because we gotta you know when you talk about the armor of God is the awesomest armor, but we also human beings may create our own armor to
Hmm.
protect
Yeah.
ourselves, and that
Mhm.
armor that we create only way as we're protecting ourselves, many of us are also defending an attack
Mm.
Mhm.
from that protection. Because what else are you doing with
Yeah.
that? So when I
Mhm.
say what bringing connecting this necessary that for God to be in that relationship, because when you have His armor, you can just wear it. You know the script, and you can just sit with it, and He will help and
Sort
heal
it out
you
for you. Yeah.
from that hacking. You know, it's
Yeah.
on you, but you sitting there like I've experienced. I'm sitting there like I want to say, and I'm just like dumbfounded. I can't even do it.
Yeah.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
armor of
Mm-hmm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
That's the armor of
Wow.
God. Yeah.
Wow.
I agree
Yes, the
with you on that.
armor, the
Sounds
protection.
good.
I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yes, Alva.
That sounds
Wow.
wonderful.
That's why I
Yes,
miss you on
Alva.
this joint. That's why I miss you being on the
Yes.
show.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
love
that's
the
that's like
perspective.
how I love that too because I mean it's like the month of March. The month of March has been kind of tough. Well,
Mhm.
Mhm.
weather-wise, I think I shared it with everybody. March comes
Yeah.
in like a what? Like a lion,
Like a
Lion.
and it
Yeah.
lion.
goes out
Yeah.
like a lamb.
Mhm.
You know,
Yes.
the thing is, we are overcoming, we're passing through so many challenges, not just weather-wise, but our lives. Storms come, storms happen.
Hmm.
Life
Mhm.
happens, storms happen in our lives, challenges happen in our lives. However, we do have the victory. And if I just like to share this little kickstart scripture here. Indeed, the true victory lies not in our power over evil, but in the power of God over you and His presence with you. It's not about your
Mhm.
deeds for God, but rather what God does for you. That's the real reason for joy. So, Chef
Yeah.
Alba, you
Mhm.
hit the nail on the
Oh, did I?
head.
Well,
What?
praise God. Glory be
Oh
to God.
my
Mhm.
God. You nailed it.
Mm,
Because listen, today is the victorious day. Today symbolizes a day of victory moving forward. We've gone through so many phases. This 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 March wind in our lives, this March weather in our lives, reminds us, despite difficulties, there's potential for us to what? To grow. And just like you
Yes.
said, many times we gotta, as women, and with our families and our men, our sons, our uncles, our fathers, our dads, or whoever, even just our local business people, the people who,
mhm,
our local community leaders. It's being able to grow in the community, being able to grow as an individual, and and for growth and tranquility to take place in our mental health journey, for transitions to take place
Mhm.
from winter to what? Spring. That's a
mhm,
Yes.
metamorphosis,
mhm.
like turning from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
That's
Mm.
right. Yeah.
you know, and
Yes.
being a hummingbird, hummingbirds got to pollinate. So we pollinate
Mhm,
and we nurture and we transfer these good things, these energies for those who, as Alva said, will listen. It's
Mhm.
about
mhm,
being able to listen and understanding what the new grit is. I love that grit,
mhm.
that grit, having grit. Get you
Yes.
some grit, family. You
Yeah.
know, listen,
Yes.
I was just mindful. I had some grits earlier. It was so good.
Yeah. Let me
It was so
hey,
good.
listen,
But I'm just saying,
let me give the author of that, or the one who did the work on that, her flowers, and that is psychologist Angela Duckworth.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
and
Mm-hmm.
talking about grit and what that means. And then
Oh, thank
for
you for sharing.
yeah,
We're
there's
gonna put that on our site.
yeah, and she has a
Yes.
book out on that too. So something I just
Angela,
learned
what's her
about
name?
Angela Duckworth.
Angela Duckworth. Absolutely.
Yes,
We'd like to put
Duckworth.
some quotes
Hmm.
on our page for her.
Yeah, I have to do
Duckworth.
that for. Hmm.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
listen, and it's still Women's History Month. We still making new history.
Mm-hmm.
And
Still
last
celebrating
Sunday,
it.
still
Yeah.
celebrating it. And Yelena, Queen Yelena, helped us
Yeah.
to what? Fix our what? Fix our crown.
Crown.
She said
That part.
we were helping each other to fix
That was
our
nice last
crown.
show. That was
That was
nice.
so
That was a
cool.
nice
That
show with
was
her.
so
Oh,
cool.
Yes.
It
yeah.
really
Yes.
was. And Yelena, if you're listening, if you're watching tonight, we love you and we pray with you at this time of your challenges. And again, we are helping to fix the crown. We are here. We
Absolutely.
are here.
Mm-hmm.
We're still
And
here waiting for you.
listen,
We'll be
still
around.
waiting
We'll
for
be
you.
here.
Yes.
Exactly. We
Mhm.
are.
Hmm.
We are. So yes, so Queen Alva, I tell tonight we just talking about our previous shows, our previous episodes, what we got from it. Um, we talked about self-empowered women, the importance of educating children and their strengths, teaching
Mm-hmm.
them about the strength of women and the resilience of women, the women in their lives, the women in their community and
Mhm.
abroad. We talked about the significant roles and the narratives and having these narratives with our future generation, our present generation.
Mm-hmm.
We focused on recognition and celebration of women and their contributions and the men who helped them as well. And our opulent one, she brought out some church finger moments. We call it church finger moments
Yep.
about that. And because we're talking
Mhm.
about it's a collective. However, that
Mm-hmm.
collective it may not happen all the time. And this is why women have always had to fill so many shoes and wear so many
Mm-hmm.
Right.
different hats.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
however, we did focus also on the necessity of passing these conversations, on passing on these stories of empowerment to the next generation for a more
Mhm.
balanced understanding of our history, for a more balanced understanding of who we are. And that's why I said you was nailing it because you talked about who we are, who women really need to understand who they really are,
Mhm.
and not
Mhm.
just
Mm-hmm.
what they are, but who they really are. What
Yeah.
you say, family? What you say, Trayvon? What you say, opulent one? What you
Whoever wants to go
say?
first, I know I usually I'm the loudest one
Yeah.
probably on the thing right now. So
Oh,
Well,
I think
No,
we
you
will
were
so
get
no,
whoever
no,
loud.
you
not
I
at
know.
thought that
all.
was me.
Not at all.
I thought that
So
was
I
me.
guess mommy and then chef, and then you can, and then I'll go after.
Well,
Mhm.
it's as far as I'm trying to just really clarify the question that you asked, or
Hmm.
and
Well,
I know we're
actually, we were just talking
recapping.
about just recapping.
Mhm.
What's
Oh,
some
okay,
of
Mhm.
the
okay.
things that you want to recap from the month of March that we talked about that stayed in your mind that you want to really re-emphasize on? Because I know you opulent one.
Mhm.
I know you. It's in there.
Ah,
She has some great
I
Yes,
things to
I
say
know
this month. I'll say that.
I
yes,
know there's some
yes,
things deep down in there, but I think that one thing I touched on, and I know I said it quite a lot, about transparency with children.
yes, yes.
Um, I that's what really sticks with me, and I had a conversation with Trayvon about it and stuff too, before. But transparency, how do we, how can you understand the real truth of something if you don't know the full story? You
Right,
know, so
right.
Mhm.
so in getting the correct information and coming to a conclusion on your own. Um, we discussed a little bit, and I think we talked a small amount about knowing your history, and not
Yeah,
only knowing the history of women women's contributions, but just the history overall and how much, especially people of color,
Mm.
um, how so much is left out, and it will have to be up to our community and our families, and sometimes a lot of times our elders giving us the real meat and
Yeah.
potatoes of who we are and how powerful we are as people.
Mm.
Mm.
I think
Yes.
that we
Yes.
have to constantly be reminded of that. I think children have to constantly be reminded how great they are when the world sometimes tell them that they're not all the time.
Mhm. Mhm.
I feel that.
Absolutely.
The one thing I do remember the most about what we talked about is I was telling you about my children and my concerns and needing to be honest and transparent with them. Of course, Trayvon being my oldest is not a child, but you never stop learning. Um,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think even at my age and as his mother, and we talked about this today, I think, Trayvon, I
On the
think it was
phone,
a
yeah.
day
Hmm.
on the phone, that sometimes you're going to be a go-to person when you don't realize you're a go-to person for somebody that's trying to seek understanding. So
True.
basically saying that at my age, I need to be responsible and be a better contribution. I should be able to tell some younger folks some things
Hmm.
about life that they don't know or don't understand yet.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what
If
I'm
they
saying?
listen, as Alva said, if they listen, hopefully they'll listen. Yes, opulent
If they
one.
listen,
Uh-huh.
but you
Uh-huh.
really just it's I can't sugarcoat or cut back anything about what would be the truth, and allowing that person to allowing a young person to come to the conclusion themselves. So
Right.
I don't know if it was the last show, but the transparency part really sticks out to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you just have how you
Yeah.
just really have to do that. Now, of course, remember we talked about it that it has to be age appropriate. You don't tell your 5-year-old the
Right.
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
Right.
information with the same grit as you would your 18-year-old.
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and really, really just saying, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to have to do this and you're going to have to do that. No, this is how it is because the world
Mm-hmm.
does not care about you as much as you think.
Mhm.
And just giving
Exactly.
him, and that's a lot of weight. I believe that's part of God's armor.
Right.
For him putting
Yes.
the insight in a person to teach another person so they can be prepared, if that
Mhm.
makes sense, when they
It
go out
does
into the
make
Yeah.
sense.
world. As
Yes,
much
it
Mhm.
as you can
does.
as
Mhm.
possible. I think that's
Yeah.
part of God's armor. I really do.
Yeah. Yes,
I
it
Mhm.
really
is.
do.
Yes, that's a part of his
Mhm.
strats.
You
Yes,
know,
opulent one.
Leadership.
I,
Yeah.
leadership.
Leadership. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Mhm.
do not believe. I do not believe that um, certain things were not instilled in someone's brain to teach, to advise properly. Those things, that's what God has put into their heads, in
Hmm.
their
Yeah.
hearts, in their spirit,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
to say it, because
Yes.
that person may need it. That
Mhm.
walks past that person, say, "Up, I don't know where that came from, but let
Yep.
me tell you.
Right.
Think
Mhm.
of it this
It had
way.
to happen.
It had
Yeah.
to have, think of it this way. You ever meet
Mm-hmm.
that person, you be like, Dad, I was just worried about that. And you done told me something.
Mhm.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
know the situation that I'm
Mhm.
do you know the situation I'm in?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not being that you would tell everyone all of your personal business or your personal life, but just a nugget, a thought,
Mhm.
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know,
The
and you can go
narrative.
back to the
Yeah.
drawing board, the whole narrative. So that's what
Yeah.
I've took for just everything that we discussed. And
Mhm.
I think that's
Exactly.
what I'm still
Exactly.
thinking about.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Changing the
All right.
narrative, just having a narrative is self-empowering. And
Mhm.
that's what shapes the perspectives of all of us. Yes.
I think to
Yes. Wow.
go behind my mom. One thing I realized, and one thing that we also talked about on the phone, 'cause we talk a lot. One of the things that we were saying
That's
is that the
beautiful.
show, how much the show has done for our family bond, just
hmm
Yes.
understanding each other a little bit more.
yes,
Yeah.
When you're in a room, and this is for my grandmother. Hey, mom, this is for my grandmother.
uh-huh.
For when you are
Yeah.
in a
Hey, big
room
sis,
and
Margaret.
you you get a chance, you're put in a position, or yeah, put in a position where you're watching someone and they're not in the room for you physically to respond. So
Uh-huh.
she's watching us, is my point, and you can't do anything but listen because obviously we're not right there. So that puts a lot more focus on our words, and it puts her in a space where I feel like she hears us more than she ever has. Like she's
Mm.
always been a great listener, but she hears us way more than she are, than she ever has because we're something that she looks forward to seeing. So she's,
Right.
cuts
Beautiful.
all the TV, radio, whatever's going on. She
Yeah,
cuts
whatever's
everything
wrong.
off, like she says,
Binge
and
out.
Wow.
watches us. So I feel like
Wow.
that's one thing that I got out of the picture is getting mending a lot of things
Bridging
that we
gaps.
wanted to mend beforehand. And one other thing
Yes.
is my point in saying all of this is I take this into my life outside of being on air. So
Mhm.
outside of recording, I'm taking it into everything I do. So
Uh-huh.
I'm always opening doors and doing basic gestures like that. That's a part of home training. So open up a door because there's a female walking before you, or she drops something and you pick it up for her, or you see her with a bunch of bad things like that. That's supposed to be common, supposed to be regular. So I don't really highlight that because those are small gestures. But I
Mm-hmm.
also realize on a different note how many women aren't used to um, a male doing things out of pure kindness without intention
Yeah.
behind it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
realize that because
Yes.
I
Yeah.
also, as many women may thank me for just, simply being polite or being attentive, being aware of what's going on in my job or
Mm.
whatever I'm doing, order
Having
or
good
something simple
manners.
like that. I
Mm-hmm.
do realize how
Mm-hmm.
many women side eye and look at you twice because they assume that whatever you're doing for
Wow.
whatever kind, reason, whatever
Yeah.
genuine
Wow.
reason, has to have some type of, whether it's a sexual thing or whatever it may be, there has to have some type of, something behind it. So it
Mm-hmm.
makes me
Wow.
want to continue to, like we say, just because it's Christmas, it's not supposed to be one day of the year. Which let's try to make every Valentine's Day, every Women's History Month, every Black History
Yeah.
Month. Let's make it all year. So
Yeah.
it what I get
Exactly.
out of it, it makes me
Exactly.
want to um ante up or double down
Yeah.
on what I do for the women that I come across every day
Mm-hmm.
because
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
realize how
Wow.
many aren't used to that without some type of something solicited,
Yeah.
behind it, or
Yeah.
without a gesture
Yes.
behind it.
Yes.
So that's one thing I
Yes.
took out of
Yes.
this month. Yeah. So a lot of what I take from the show, I implement into my life, and it makes me want to do better with this and consider that and blah blah blah. So that's one thing that I picked up. I'll pass over the microphone because I don't
Absolutely.
want to take up all the time, but that's
All
one thing
right.
I did pick up from
That
this
is,
show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
listen, from the male perspective, that's on point. Trey Wiz,
Mhm.
well, you're a phenomenal young man anyway. You're
I
a
appreciate that.
phenomenal person
I love
anyway.
the
I love you
love.
like
Oh.
Thank
my
you.
son, like my child. I
Thank
already
you.
adopted you. And
I
I
know you
really want
already
she
look.
knows
I'm
that.
already one
I
of
done
them.
adopted all
Mm-hmm.
of you.
I know. I know.
Mhm.
Y'all are my family. Everybody up in here is my family. Those watching, I just love people. That's the tree I came from. Those are the trees I came from. We were community leaders. We love people, and we need each other. We need each other on a regular, more than we know. And it's just being able to embrace, as Opulent One said, just to
Mm-hmm.
change a narrative, just to be able to listen. And you're like, oh wow, it hit
Mhm.
home. That conversation
Exactly.
hit home. It
Mhm.
changed my direction, or it's helped me to
Mm-hmm.
find my direction. I got
Yeah.
something out of it that I needed until I get to the next step.
Right.
So yeah, that's what the villages do. And
We
this
got
is
a
what we're
comment that
doing.
popped
Yes.
in.
Mhm.
Yes.
We got a comment that popped in. It's from one of my
Yes.
I would
Dad.
like to consider somebody to be one
Dad.
of my new friends. I'm gonna read this
Mhm.
comment real quick.
All
He's from the
right.
Dad mentality. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue tied.
Yeah.
Dad mentality podcast.
Mm-hmm.
A podcast, and I'm
Oh,
starting to check out that is educating us on different
Mm-hmm.
scenarios, different ways of handling things, different ways of seeing things. The
Exactly.
life of a
absolutely.
dad, what dad. I'm sorry, not we, but what dads go through, whether it be in
Yes.
relationships. And one of the comments that he said, I want to put it up, is he says, "My wife and I don't hide all of our disagreements from our children, so that they can see you disagree." And pretty much see how you work through those problems together in love.
Mm.
They need to see you work
Mm-hmm.
through those situations. So
I
when my
agree.
mom mentioned, like, children and accountability and a few other things that we were talking about this month,
Mm-hmm.
that fits in well. Yeah, the
Yeah.
transparency part. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything wrong with
Absolutely.
anyone seeing you disagree. Disagreeing
Absolutely.
is not arguing. Just like disagreeing
Exactly.
is not yelling
Mhm.
or cussing. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
so I
Exactly.
agree with that. Thank you for stopping by on this is the first time that
Yes.
he's watching our show on this platform.
Oh,
So
Thank
he's
you.
known
wow.
as the Beast. That's what his tag name is. I haven't really
Oh,
Mhm.
talked
wow.
enough to ask his actual name, but great person, great energy on a different show that I was on. So
Mhm.
great comment.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for passing
Hmm.
through. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us tonight. Oh my God. Yes, the dad mentality. Couples, people who are in a relationship, because, just like I said, we're celebrating women and their contributions and the men who help them because, changing the narrative, we need men and women to do that. We need men and women to
Mm.
engage because they
Hmm.
influence social attitudes and norms. It's the
Mhm.
influence and it's how to bridge the gap, and how to identify, you know, how to be transparent, how to even have a conversation. Some folks don't even know how to hold a conversation. They don't even know how to say a good morning because they are not because of the other types of influences. They need to know that love and understanding comes in a different way and disagreements happen. you know
Indeed,
but it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's an offset. It's actually sometimes when you have disagreements, it brings more balance. Why?
it
Because of
does.
understanding. You've got to
Mhm.
have more understanding. So yes, wow, that is just thank you so much. The dad
We got a
mentality. Listen,
another comment from his name is Michael the Great on Facebook. He says hi friends, pretty much saying hi to everybody on the panel. So hi Mike,
Hello,
hey
thank you for stepping
Michael,
in.
Michael.
Appreciate you
thank
for
you for
commenting. This
passing
is just
through.
stop it.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Professor. I'm sorry.
All right, Mike. Thank you for everybody who's in the house tonight and those who are watching. We just this is just amazing. We thank you because you're also helping to change the narrative and share what else from our previous shows, from those who've been with us on the panel, those who watched outside of the panel. Share what you want to talk about. Share some of your favorite moments from our March episodes, or some of the thoughts that you have. You want to add on. What are some of the talking points that you like to share with us? Share tonight, please. Do not hesitate. And at the same time, we always say, don't be mean, keep it clean. I'm just saying, because we're trying to change the social attitudes,
we
because what some people call
keep
good
it
is
clean.
is just bad, mean, and nasty. I'm just saying we
Exactly.
got enough of the baddies going
Yes.
on because the baddies is that baddie attitude. It's a crapshoot. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So
I
here
want
we
everybody
are.
to
A crap
I want
shoot.
everybody to
I
say
like
hi to
that.
Kenneth because Kenneth
Hi,
Clark is on
Kenneth.
here. For those that know,
Reverend Kenneth Clark, how
yeah, he
you
says
doing,
great.
Dr. Clark?
Hello, Kenneth.
Hi,
Dad
Kenneth.
mentality also said that the show about accountability is
Mhm.
my favorite so far. So we've
Oh
been
wow.
covering. I know what a show he's talking about specifically, but we've been covering accountability pretty much honestly for like the last 2 months because most of what
Yes,
we've
we
been
have.
talking about on different subjects has been covering those those the subject of accountability. So we pretty much been
Yeah.
floating around that in different ways. But one other thing that I want to do real quick is you have two guests that are coming in. I'm believing the Ari is there. So I got Ari and Joe in here because we wanted to
All
wish you
right.
a happy birthday. It's April 1st. We acknowledge the fact that your birthday is on April 1st,
Ah,
but that's one thing that we had to do is say
ooh,
happy birthday to you.
oh,
So
Happy
wow.
birthday.
Birthday.
say it, yeah,
Thank
everybody say
you.
hi to Ari, say hi to Joe, y'all.
Hey, Ari
Hey,
and
hi,
Joe. Oh
Joe.
my God,
Hey,
those
happy
are my
birthday,
two
Mom.
Yes.
babies.
Happy
That's my oldest
birthday.
baby,
Happy
and
Yeah,
my
he
Joe
looked
birthday.
is
just
my
Happy
like
youngest
birthday.
baby.
yeah. He looked just
These
like
are the
So,
two
you.
February
Yes.
babies. Oh
oh
my
yeah, that's what's
God.
up.
You
Pisces
guys,
in the
yeah,
house.
these are
Yeah,
the
you
two
already
Right.
February
know.
babies. Yes. And my
Oh,
birthday is April 1st. So we thank you. These are the two amazing people and two more amazing people in my life. And I tell you,
mhm.
if I don't know, they have taught me so much. And I'm just so humbled and so blessed,
Oh.
and that God gifted them to me. For those parents who don't believe your children have been gifted, you got to have some conversations with Just Stop It. You gotta have
Yes.
and this guy, Joe, better known as Mickey,
Mickey.
phenomenal. I love you, Joe. Just so
Love
you
you
know, the
too.
whole
Hi,
world. Love
Eddie.
you, Ari. Love you,
Hi,
Ari.
Eddie.
United
Love
States
you too, Mom.
military. Oh my God. I love y'all so much. And I just thank God for you. I thank God for what God is doing and that you are moving and living in victory. I know you got some stories to share because it ain't always easy being my child. It hadn't always been easy being my child. I'm just saying, like Shannon said, being transparent. God needs us to be transparent when we are parents, because we are people first and we are parents with it. And when we recognize, like, yeah, I messed up.
Yeah,
This
I
ain't
feel you.
right.
That's all right.
You
Yeah.
got to fix it. You can't do anything about the damage, but you must be at your best to fix it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
when you fix it, and you fix it in love and understanding, things work out for the best. And I
Mhm.
just thank God for the love from all of my children. And I'm just so happy that they're on
you
tonight.
should be. You
Oh
should
my
be.
God.
And I
I'm
was
just so
nervous. I ain't
happy.
gonna lie, because we was talking
I'm
about
Yeah.
this.
telling you,
Me and Ari was already tossing. Please, I
Oh,
hope Joe can get on.
Ari, she started it. She
Yeah.
started it
I'm glad.
with the Think Life show before that and things like that. And I never thought that I never thought that I would be this far,
Happy birthday.
and
Happy
I'm just, oh
birthday.
my
Just
Happy
God,
birthday.
you guys are
right.
so
It's
amazing.
for you. It's for you.
It's
You
for
are
Oh
look,
you.
I want to
man,
say something to you real quick because
you
as I was
guys are
telling
so
Ari
amazing.
yesterday, as I was telling
Oh
Ari
my God.
yesterday, you have done so much by just simply bringing me into your space.
Oh,
Obviously, I
Mm.
wow.
thank my mom for allowing me into the space because she's known you way longer than I've known you. Y'all have had a bond and everything, but for the whole
Yes,
trickle
yes,
effect of her choosing to bring me to something that she thought was so great. Number one, just to listen. That's all I was there for the first time, was just to listen.
Me
So for
too.
me to transfer from being on the phone line with y'all and listening to what y'all talking about, and then you wanted me to come back, and then this whole timeline, and now you're trusting me to produce something that your face is on, a legacy that Ari and King are carrying, a legacy, a
yes,
legacy that you
yes.
are continuing to carry. You've done so much for my family bond. You've done so
Wow.
much for me and myself as far as my career choices, what I choose and believe that I can do, because what you want to do is different from
It
compared to
is.
what you know that you can do or
Yes.
believe that you
Mm-hmm.
can do. So if you've
Mm-hmm.
instilled that in me to
Wow.
buy a microphone. I never had no
Wow.
microphone or no little soundboard
Wow.
or nothing like that before now. So
Oh
we definitely
wow.
Yeah.
was going to highlight. I was like, please let Joe get in. I want to have both of them in at the
Yeah, I was
Oh
same
hoping
wow.
time.
too.
And
I was
You
I
like,
know
guys you
people's
oh,
guys are
timelines are
so
different,
phenomenal.
yeah.
different time zones and everything, different
Oh
career
wow.
paths. But you definitely deserve to be highlighted. So let me put you back up on the
Oh
screens.
wow.
It's your moment. It's
Oh
your moment.
wow.
You can wipe your
Wow. You
eyes.
guys you guys are
Okay.
so
Do what you need to
amazing. You
do.
guys are
Don't
so
worry,
Oh,
amazing.
Mom. Here we go.
Oh wow.
oh God. I
Oh
can't believe it.
wow.
I
This
can't
this
believe
is
it.
this is just
Beautiful.
wow. I don't know what to say. I love y'all so much, and every single one you, I
Ah,
mean, like, God, the stories, we all have a story. I mean,
Yeah.
Shannon, she's been there. She's been in the
Yeah,
trenches with
hmm,
me.
yeah. And both of
Ari's
y'all
of
have
been in
been
the
course.
so
trenches with
transparent.
me.
If
and
anybody
Of
and
watches
course.
anything
Shannon
back,
helped me.
y'all have been extremely transparent with what y'all chose to share on the
She
air,
helped
Hmm.
because
me.
y'all know, unless we delete this for whatever reason, y'all know that it's recorded forever
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
it's up on these different platforms. So for all of y'all
Yeah.
have trusted yourselves, to trust the
Yeah.
platform as a place to be able to say half of that y'all said, the
Hmm.
personal battles
Absolutely.
that y'all have been through. This is why I'm happy that this is happening in Women's History Month. Though we recognize your birthday is
Absolutely.
April 1st,
Yes.
I'm glad that
It's a
I'm
new
glad that it's right
history.
before Women's History, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the weight that you
This is
carry on your
new.
shoulders, all that you shared with us on the platform, on the phone, like this you need to be highlighted, because I want
Thank you,
to not
God.
only highlight and give women more, because they
Speak.
need
Yes.
so much more. We need to do
Yeah.
our jobs as men and just do those things because we want to do it and because it should be
Absolutely.
done. But you need to be highlighted, because
Absolutely.
all
Thank
the
you,
trials
God.
and tribulations, everything that you juggled, everything that you've been through, everything that you're still carrying to this day, and still, so I
Yeah.
still acknowledge that. So thank you
Hmm.
for all
Thank
that you've
y'all.
done for me. Thank you for all that you've
Thank
done
you.
from your big sister, my grandmother, somebody that
Thank
Yeah.
I
you.
love, that recognizes you as her little sister, as someone that can
Amen.
vent to her, and vice versa. You're
Amen.
making you're making her a listener. You're making my grandmother somebody that instead of being the one that we
Yes.
need to
Yeah,
facilitate all the time and give us the answers and everything.
absolutely.
You're given so much, and I don't think you realize through all that you do.
I didn't know. I didn't
I
know.
don't think you realize like how much
I
love
didn't
that you
know.
actually have around you. New
My
additions like
God.
myself and those that
Mm.
already existed, like Ari and Joe. For
Absolutely.
instance,
Absolutely.
just for
I thank
instance,
y'all. I
of
thank y'all.
course.
You guys are just, y'all don't know what this has done for me today at this
Yeah,
moment. Y'all do not know. I don't know in my mind, I don't know anything. I don't know nothing as my big brother Albert Jackson, Pastor Jackson would say, I don't know nothing. It's just, God knows your heart, your mind, and your spirit, and He knows how to help you lift up, because sometimes you just feel like you're at the bottom, or
yeah,
there is no bottom. You just feel like there's no bottom. And you're like,
Mm.
God, when will the pain stop? But today
yeah.
you guys stop the pain. You
That's what's
stop the
up.
pain.
Mm.
You
That's
stop the
nice.
pain. And I
The
love you for
love,
that.
yeah, the
I
love on
love you
here.
for that. I love you for that. I love you so much for that. And
Mhm.
just to be, painless. I mean, emotionally. Some people carry
Mm.
that pain. We all know the fact about carrying pain, emotional pain.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's sometimes you gotta just let somebody help you carry it, or just get rid of it.
mhm.
Opulent one used to tell me that, hold on, we're not gonna
Yeah.
go with that told too
Just a
long. She'd
little
be like,
while. We're
hold
not gonna
on
deal
now.
with
No.
that.
You could cry,
No.
you could let it out, but hold on, you ain't gonna carry that for so long. No, not
No. No.
no. She'll be
Mm.
like, just stop it.
I don't know if
Just
you're
stop it.
familiar. I don't know if you're familiar with the Facebook name James Double J Jones, but he also said happy birthday. That's somebody that
Hey,
someone I've
James.
never seen
Oh,
in here as a
thank you,
viewer before, a
James.
first time
That's my
viewer. So I'm
friend.
glad that
Yeah,
he stopped
first
by.
time
So you
viewer
do
is my
know, yeah. So
friend.
you do know him,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Double J.
yeah.
Double J.
And
Oh,
Michael,
thank you, James.
I see your question in the comments. We
Yeah.
have a question from Michael that I'll bring up in just a moment, but I want to continue the celebration of the Grand Queen.
Oh,
So I want to have
wow.
my mom
Thank you,
speak her piece
guys.
because my
Thank
mom has
you.
something for you. So this is it's not
Yes.
over.
Oh,
We
wow.
got some stuff that
Oh,
we're
No.
sending
wow.
you in the mail afterwards. My grandmother has
Mm-hmm.
something for
What?
you. I have something for you. So this is just the
What?
on. This is just the highlight and put you on the
It's a
map.
Oh, my
So
highlight.
this is not
God. Oh,
yeah.
Can
my
you
This is only
God.
the highlight.
can you
This the
can I
party.
ask y'all, because Michael, I see a associate of mine, network associate Michael the Great. He's asking a
Okay.
question. Can you hear this question?
Okay, sure, we
Yes,
can do that.
yes.
Not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The question
Yeah.
for the platform he has is how can a person be made strong?
Oh,
Mm.
wow. Wow.
Miss
You
Daphne
know,
Hughes is jumping in from YouTube. She says, "Good evening, everybody.
Good
Thank you, Miss
all
evening.
Daphne,
right
for
now,
joining
good
in.
evening. Good
I
evening.
appreciate you."
Chef Alva, you want to answer that, Alva?
Oh Lord. How can a person be
Because
made
you're
strong?
one of the people who helped strengthen
Mm.
me.
Such a
You're one of the
simple
people who helped
Yeah.
question.
strengthen me. I'm gonna let you answer
Such a
that.
simple question, but not a simple answer.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
First and foremost, strength comes from your foundation,
Mm.
Yes.
your family. The family you're born into has to give you that. Um, and you from there, you build on that. But it's other particles that to be strong or to become strong, there's other particles that need to be part of that, which is esteem, belief,
Mm-hmm.
you know, courage, endurance, resilience. All these things matter about being strong, and you don't get it all at once. So it's a whole learning process, but it should first and foremost come from your foundation. If it just so happens, where it has happens to one or many than one in a family that did not get that in their foundation, there it's still available.
Mm.
And the way that I can say that you tap into that availability is, again, you listen to that person inside you that has a desire to be something different than where
Yeah.
you come from,
Mm,
something that you believe in yourself about, even that nobody told you, and you dare not speak it out loud because you don't even
Mm.
believe it about yourself,
mhm,
Uh-huh.
but you hear it, or a piece of
Right.
you knows it. So you
Right.
start with that, and you get your courage to start just in little pieces dealing with that, putting it out there. Maybe it's just to a friend. Let me say something. Dare to be you.
Mhm.
and you must connect with God.
Absolutely.
That
Because
Absolutely.
part.
definitely, I see no other way. Definitely, when the family foundation is so drastically broken, and if any human being did not get that, the only healer is God.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good
I
And
answer.
agree.
even
Absolutely.
when you get to that point, you still are on a journey of becoming strong. It never ends,
Absolutely.
I love it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
because life is
Absolutely.
filled with trials and tribulations.
Mhm.
It's a joy ride and it's a horror ride
Yes.
on the roller coaster.
It's a
Yes.
joyride and a horror
So
I
ride.
feel
you
that.
just know
Yeah.
your goal and you continue to do that. So can I bring this in? Because I thought this when um Pam talking about self-empowerment.
Hmm.
When I hear, I'm like, oh, I gotta revisit that and what they're saying about self-empowerment. And we gotta revisit some of our words because and phrases, because the world changes them. And I
Hmm.
want women to know self empowerment is not anything of what you do and how you do. This is how I like it. This is how I want it. This is how I did it. It
Hmm.
don't
Exactly.
just come from you. A key one is listening. So let me give you a synopsis of what I did some little research sitting here in self empowerment. People who are self empowered, we're talking about women in this month, exhibit optimism,
Mm-hmm.
resilience, and a growth mindset. To have a growth
Yes.
mindset, we have to listen. Viewing challenges as opportunities for growth
Mm-hmm.
and learning rather than insurmountable barriers.
Mm.
So you take in what life is giving. Oh, I'm sorry, I stepped kind of nipped my dog. And you listen and you
That's
learn from
okay.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And one last but not least, kudos to dad. And what is it? Dad, what?
Dad mentality.
Dad
Yeah,
Kudos to
I
mentality.
dad
refer to him as the
mentality.
beast, but
I
yeah,
love that
dad
for
mentality podcast.
yeah, that you allow for your children to have an insight on how you and your wife, their mother, sort out your differences, because we need to learn we need that, and our children need that, so we can learn how to sort out differences intelligently.
Hmm. He says,
Absolutely.
with God, you can
Absolutely.
Mhm.
conquer your weakness.
Yes.
With
Yes, you
God, you can
can.
conquer your weakness. I want to read a
Yes, you
comment before
can.
I hand this over to my mom. I want to read a comment from Kenneth. He says, well, sometimes in this community, sorry, sometimes it's a community that gives you strength as a foundation for me. That's what it is for me. Me coming from a broken family, of foster care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. Different
Mm-hmm.
situation. Understood. That's a different
Mm-hmm.
situation. And what the scripture
Yeah,
also
community
says,
too.
that
Mm-hmm.
he said he will give us more family, more mothers, more fathers, more friends, more children. And that's the way of bridging the gap by
Hmm.
Mhm.
creating a family, because sometimes when the
Mm-hmm.
family is on a different journey,
Yeah.
you need more people on the team. So
Yeah.
Yes.
that
Yes.
happens, and his
Mm-hmm. Yes.
situation, people come through uh those things, that's a whole different journey. So love must always, the fact of the matter is the connection.
Very
Just like the
true.
spider's web, it's the connection that
Very
really
true.
makes a family.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Kenneth, for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
And we love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love you, and we thank you
Mm-hmm.
for the path that you are on, for the advocacy that you're on. I'm telling you, Kenneth, you're an amazing young man, and we're glad to have you with us. We're glad to be partnered with us. And Trayvon, you and Kenneth, I tell you guys are amazing, and we're gonna talk about that too.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
guys are really putting the spotlight on on advocating for good mental health, for actually, again, because we've been spotlighting, um not just advocating, but we've been spotlighting accountability and support.
Mhm.
The
So
main thing.
that's
Hmm.
the main theme for the past 2 or 3 months. We really been spotlighting that, and you guys are really
Yeah.
putting it down. So yeah, so
Thank you.
once we understand that, and we do, and we come and we get to it as a collective, and we keep helping each other fix our crown. and the mind shift, because it's about the mind shift, then we will definitely be able to continue to wear our crown because we know what to do with it.
Hmm.
Accountability and support. So yes, now, so
Mhm.
Hey, I see your
yeah, we want to
grandson up
hear.
there. Hold
Oh
on, real
my God,
quick. I
my
see your,
baby, my
I see your
baby.
Oh,
grandson up there.
Hey, EJ. Listen, hi, boo boo. That's my
Hi, Dad.
Looking just
grandbaby.
like each
oh,
Hi,
other. You
EJ.
can't
Yes,
deny each
yes,
wow.
other.
like twins.
I
Yeah.
I'm
know.
telling you, that is
Oh, wait a minute.
the love
Now,
of my life.
yeah.
Oh, love you, baby.
We love
Look
you.
at that.
Hey,
Say
EJ, look
smiling
at that
every day.
hair. Oh my
Mhm.
God, this is
Wow.
best birthday
You can't
ever.
eat. Get
That's
out.
what's up.
It
Twins,
can't
That's
get
what's
no
up.
twins.
better than this. It can't get
Ow!
no better than this.
And I want to do
Hi.
one thing. I want to continue on. I want to,
Uh-huh.
because we got more parts to this, not only after the show, but one addition to it is I want to transfer it over to my mama. That's my mama,
Yes,
y'all. I want to transfer it over to her
absolutely.
because she has some things to
Over the
say
Strawberry
to you as well.
absolutely.
ice.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Joe and Air, we
Hello.
want to hear them too. Yes. Yes.
Of
I want
Hello,
it
course.
hello,
one.
hello. Well,
I
here
want
we
one.
are.
Here
Here
we
we
are.
are.
Church
We have
finger.
been through two shows together so far in a mission to do many things. And I feel like we are
Yes.
really succeeding. Not
Yes.
only just to getting to know each other, my
Yeah.
family a lot more,
Yes.
deeper. I came in just like Trayvon did as a caller one day and wound up staying for 3 4 years or longer.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
Yes.
so I have two things. I have wrote something for you, and then I also
Oh,
had
wow.
I have something I want to show you that we will be sending to you later. All
Oh,
right.
wow, Shannon. Oh my God.
This is what I wrote.
It's a
Grand
lot to come.
Queen,
Hmm.
Professor.
Wow.
On
Wow.
behalf of your team of the Just Stop It Show, along with our viewers, supporters, friends, family, we would like to wish you a very happy and blessed birthday.
Oh
We would
my
like to thank
God.
you not only for being a content creator, host of this and previous shows, but a friend, a mother, sister, spiritual advisor,
Wow.
educator, mentor, and mental health
Wow.
advocate, and much, much more. Thank you
Wow.
for being a part of the solution and creating a
Mm.
safe space for all of us in this crusade of raising awareness towards strengthening, maintaining, educating on mental health. So thank you.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Shannon.
wow.
My
So,
God. My God.
I love
My
that.
so,
God, Shannon. Oh my
so
God.
I have worked hard
Wow.
in even putting together this
Oh
thing.
my
I'm a
Which will you
crafter,
love? I chose the
which
colors.
I believe you will love. And I've worked with actually
God.
Trayvon and someone else to make sure that we match the color correctly.
Yeah.
All
Um,
right.
one of the professor's favorite colors is royal blue, and I
Yes.
looked at the significance of a lot of things like I always do, and just to understand royal blue and what royalty
Mm-hmm.
really is, and the
Mm-hmm.
position in the community and the strength you have to have all of that, and to
Wow.
have the color of royal blue and have the color of royal purple, which is what we chose a
Mm-hmm.
long time ago. It was law that you were not allowed to wear this color, and it was punishable by
Wow.
death. You
Hmm.
had
Wow.
to be a noble person. You had to be under a certain authority to wear this brilliant color to represent that type of strength.
Wow.
Also,
Hmm.
I create frogs and different things and crafts.
Yes.
The significance of the frog, I want you to remember, is different in each nationality, each religion, but ultimately it means prosperity, strength, courage, cleansing.
Oh,
So
wow.
all of this, and that's why I created what I created. So I have something for you that I will send
Oh,
that I have worked
wow.
on all
Thank you,
night.
Shannon. Oh my
So here you go.
God.
So here's your frog,
Wow.
Professor.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
God. It's
pretty.
so
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
That is
pretty.
Oh
beautiful.
my
Yeah.
God. That is so beautiful, Shannon.
So
Oh
Oh
my
you get to
wow.
have, not
God.
only do you get to have the royal purple that represents you, you get to also
And the
have
Hmm.
gold.
flakes of gold
Gold.
Hey,
Oh my
in your
hey.
God.
frog, and
Lord.
that is for
Thank you,
you.
Shannon.
That's what I'm
And of
talking
course,
about.
Beautiful.
and of course,
Yes.
you get the
Uh-uh.
same color bookmark
Oh my God. Thank you.
with the same flecks of gold
Beautiful. Oh my
So
God.
I wanted you to have it. It definitely represents you and what you
Thank you,
have done and what you
Shannon.
have provided to all of us. And
Oh
I
my
just really want to
God.
say thank you. Thank you. I've come to you
Wow.
also with my own mental health journey and
My
struggle, and
God.
providing a space to be
My
transparent. Not
God.
only was it healing for
My
myself,
God. My
it was
God.
Hmm.
very healing for others. And I figure if I
Mm.
have to sacrifice and tell my story to help somebody, so be it. And I'm so glad that
That's
Absolutely.
we
right.
did this together. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
Wow.
Happy
Many
Wow.
birthday to you.
blessings. And we
Wow.
love
Thank
you.
y'all
God
here.
bless you.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Who
I told
knew?
you it's so much in
Jesus.
store. It's so much in
Jesus.
store. We've been talking about this for
Oh,
the last
Shannon.
3 weeks, asking you your birthday on the slide. So I'm surprised
Oh,
you didn't know
what?
something was
I
gonna
would have
happen
never,
because
you know,
everybody,
I'm
yeah.
clueless. I would just,
The last thing we
I
wanted
would
to
have
say is, "Oh,
never
happy birthday!"
managed.
on, and it's the 24th,
What?
or something like that. So that's
Oh
why we've
my
been
Yes.
asking and double
God.
checking between each other for the last couple of weeks just to make sure
Yes.
that we
Wow.
have it, all together.
Oh
But your
my
big
God.
sister is
My
definitely
God.
sending you something. Um, she
Oh Lord.
loves you,
Yes.
Oh
and
my
my
God. I
my
love you
grandmother
too,
doesn't.
Margaret.
My grandmother
Hmm.
doesn't easily adapt to a lot of people just to do it. Whether it's
Yes.
something that we're
Wow.
in, just because we're, a unit on the show doesn't mean that she's
Right.
automatically going to just be like, oh, I love
Right.
the show,
Easily
I love her.
acclimate to
But
it.
to
Right.
really give my grandmother
Hmm.
something, to give me something to give to her, is powerful
Wow.
Hmm.
within itself. Me being
Wow.
older now, like I always wanted something to show my grandmother, oh, hey, I'm great too. I know I didn't like go to college or, do certain things that you would want your, grandson to do, but at the same time, to show her this in present time. Not only are we talking
Hmm.
about
Absolutely.
mental health and she understanding
Yeah.
us, understanding herself
Yes.
more, she loves you as a
Absolutely.
person. So
She
it
Wow.
was
really
important to
does.
me.
Wow.
I'm glad that Joe
She
and
really
both
Thank you,
Ari
does.
were
God.
able to step in here because I was like, I don't know.
Yes.
She didn't know what
Yes.
his schedule was going to be
Yes.
like and how he was, so
Oh
I'm glad that
my
everybody
Yes.
God.
And
was in here to
please,
let you know
Oh,
you do mean something.
absolutely.
Yeah,
yes,
you
Oh,
definitely
we
wow.
want
do.
to
I
hear.
love you,
We want
Margaret.
to
I
hear
love you
from them.
all.
Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
definitely want
Go
to hear
Thank
from
ahead.
you.
Go
Area
ahead,
Joe first.
guys.
Doesn't
Ari, we
matter who
want to
wants
hear
to
from
speak
Oh,
first.
Joe.
man.
Definitely want to
If
hear
they'd
from the
like to say
bloodline
something.
first.
Oh, my God.
Hmm.
Wow.
I
Wow.
guess since it's ladies first,
Wow.
I guess we'll do Ari first, and then we'll then have
Yeah. Oh,
Joe
my
say
God.
something.
My God.
Well, I
Oh,
wasn't
my
really
God.
prepared to say
My
anything, but I didn't know
God.
it was gonna be on camera, honestly. No, I'm
Look,
kidding.
next
So,
time we gotta
Hey,
warn you
don't
ahead of
worry
time,
about
to
it.
let you
We'll
know,
be
hey,
no,
just
fine.
you look
Ah,
lovely.
oh,
You look
God.
Look,
lovely.
you look
don't worry
fine. Don't
about
worry
it.
about it. You
That's
look
why he
fine.
has on, Eric.
No,
That's what his hat's on. Don't worry
but
about it.
yeah, what
Ah,
can I say? It's so much to say, but I know it's a little bit of time. So I just want to say
Mhm.
thank you, to my mom first, and the JTI family. I
Thank you.
know Miss
Oh, thank you.
Shannon, and I know her and my mom have been great friends for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, um, and I really do appreciate, Miss Shannon being there for my mom in
Oh,
that
thank
way. You
you.
know what I mean? And
yes,
I love
yes.
my, well,
Absolutely.
what can you say? My mom
Yeah.
she's my mentor. She is
Mhm.
so many things to me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
She's my
Oh,
mom. She's my
wow.
spiritual mom. She's my, guardian. We talk about everything. So I just appreciate her and you guys for even, establishing this platform and sharing this with the world because it's not about, you know what I mean, how many people are tuned in or how many likes or how many comments or
Yeah.
whatever. It's
Right,
about,
Exactly.
like you
right.
said,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
it
Absolutely.
reaches. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And there
Yes,
are
You
whoever it
listening? You
reaches.
there
Yes,
listening?
are
we
Yep.
so
understand.
many
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
people
Whoever it
out there
reaches. Yeah.
struggling with
Yes,
mental health
yeah.
you would not even
Yeah.
know. Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
are so
Mm-hmm.
afraid to even speak up, you know what I mean? Afraid for whatever
Yeah.
reason. But
Yeah. They
things
shame.
like
Mm-hmm.
platforms like this, streams like this,
Mm-hmm.
they help people.
They
They
do.
help people and they
Mhm.
help them more realize that there's help out there. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's
Absolutely.
okay
Absolutely.
Yes.
to not be okay. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Yes.
that's a
Yes.
part of
Yes.
Mhm.
life. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And so it's gonna be up, it's gonna be down, and but you can get through it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
Yeah.
appreciate you guys, and
Wow.
I have
Wow.
Thank you.
personally grown and learned so much just by just listening in.
Yeah,
Just by listening in, you know what I mean?
that's
Because
what's
you
up.
Amen.
get the
Amen. Thank
feedback from your
God.
mom, but to hear feedback from the different ones, like Trey
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
I
Michelle,
know.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk from their perspective, talk life from their
Oh
perspective.
yeah.
It
Thank you.
Exactly.
is a
Thank you.
positive influence. It's a positive impact, and I'm very, very, very grateful. I'm
Wow.
very thankful
Wow.
for my mom. You know what I mean?
Wow. Thank
Regardless,
you,
I know
baby.
she had mentioned something about the pastor or something, but look, listen, God's been dealing with me, and you cannot cry over spilled milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What we can do is be better people as the days go
Yeah.
by. You know what
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's really what it's all about. You know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
trying
Yeah.
to be a better
Yeah.
person each day we live. Take opportunities,
Mhm.
season the moments, that we
Absolutely.
have, and the
Absolutely.
time that we have with each other,
Yes.
to
Mhm.
be good
Yes.
people, to be good to each other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm just very appreciative of that I have, a mom, parents,
yeah, I
you know what I
know.
mean? And
Absolutely.
I don't take it for granted. I don't take this platform for
Yes,
granted. I
baby.
don't take everybody who's
Thank you.
on this platform for
Thank
granted.
you.
And I love
Absolutely,
my
for sure.
brother. I see him there.
Yes.
I always tell
Yes.
him that I love him. Ever
Yes.
since mommy brought him
Yes.
home from the hospital in the little yellow security blanket, I remember
Wow,
that.
you remember that?
That's still
Wow,
my
you good.
baby.
You remember
So
that
I
era.
don't care how old he gets. That's
What?
my baby. But I love him, and I love you guys. And I just want to thank y'all
We
for
love you
everything that y'all
too.
do, and keep
Of
pushing
course.
forward. Like, keep pushing with this platform no matter what happens. People
Yeah.
out there need this. They need
Yes.
this.
And it's
So,
doing
and
a
I'm
lot
Heck
for a lot
very
of
yeah.
grateful.
people.
I'm
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
grateful. And to
Yes.
Miss Chef, thank you for your input. Thank you for your
Oh,
time.
you're
I'm very
welcome.
grateful.
I was so
You're
happy to have her back.
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
happy to have her
Yeah.
Lord.
back.
Yes,
Yeah.
The
Lord.
Yes.
Yes,
transparency, the
Lord.
different faces, all this
Mm-hmm.
melanin in here makes me smile
Yeah,
every time I
yeah,
see y'all.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's,
The
these different
energy
shades
is
of brown in
just
here.
for
Look,
Right.
real. Is
This
yeah,
is a surprise
so
moment
amazing.
for me to witness here tonight because of how you guys are celebrating Pam and her coming birthday. And so I'm taken into the celebration because your mom, I think, is awesome. I met her in a moment of one day in networking, and we just started and connected and befriended from there.
Yes,
Nice.
And we over
yes,
phone
yes.
talk
Mhm.
about our journeys and support one another and empower one another. We are
Mm-hmm,
truly
exactly.
mm-hmm.
two authentic women.
Right.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's why the love is
So,
so great. You see, this
yes,
is what the
yes.
village is. This is what the village looks like.
Hmm.
Right.
This is what the village is all
Yeah,
about.
that's
yes.
what I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, I want
Oh
to hear from
man,
you.
this is so good.
I know Joe has something to say
You
too. I
don't
want to hear
Hey
from
mind?
you and hear what you
Joe,
got to
Hey,
say.
hey,
Hey.
Welcome,
hey.
Nee
welcome.
TV in the house.
Hey,
Nee
Joe.
TV in the house.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hey
Hey.
boo boo.
I ain't gonna keep it long like testimony service. That's why we start off.
It's all right. It's all right.
But
It's all
Lord,
good.
like
I
testimony.
definitely
We're gonna
want
have
to
to be the
say
church
thank
finger.
you, everybody, for what you have been doing for on your platform for to be an inspiration and motivation to people and families who to discuss the things that are not discussed.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the Black community,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
mhm.
mental um, the attention is not drawn to the things that people do suffer with mentally in
Mm-hmm.
the Black community, and we overlook it. Society overlooks it, and a lot of people are suffering because of it.
What happened, Joe?
Oh,
I don't know if it's
Oh wow, so it was a lag.
if it's a
yeah,
lag,
it was
that's
Yeah.
that.
okay. If it's a lag, that's
I
Okay.
okay. I'll hand
I
it
It's
back
hope his
over
okay.
to you,
phone didn't
Ari.
cut off.
I hope his phone didn't cut
Yeah,
off either, but we'll allow him to stay up on the screen. I got the power to
absolutely.
mute him.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, I would like for him to be able to jump back in and let him finish before we close out the show and let him
Yeah,
finish,
yeah.
what he was finish what he was saying. But to add to what he was saying, that is the goal. I wanted
Yes, it
to put.
is.
I wanted more transparent, which we're getting it now, but more transparency with ourselves. I wanted us to get to the
Yeah.
point where we can, because mind you, we're in our living rooms, we're in our houses, wherever we
Right.
are,
Mhm.
so we're not in the office, we're not sitting around a big long table having an executive meeting. I want it to be relax, drop your shoulders, talk,
Exactly.
talk and enjoy
Exactly.
each
Yeah.
other. Like let's
Yeah.
we know each other. We're not strangers. We're not trying to get, it's not a job interview. It's nothing like that. So I wanted, however I can create an
There you
atmosphere
go.
of being,
Mhm.
there he is. So we're gonna slide you back on the main screen. But I was just
Absolutely.
touching on
Yeah.
what you were saying, Joe, which is that this is what we want, is the transparency. We're
Yeah. That's
trying
our
to push
goal.
past the negative stigmas that, number one, mental health carries as Black people. Number one, but
Exactly.
not only that, but just the the avoidance,
Mm.
the way people try to walk around things that we need to
Mm.
discuss. We want to be transparent like that. We want that real, genuine love on here. We want people to hear us and hear themselves and other people's stories. So let me bring you up and
Exactly.
let me let you finish what you were saying.
Especially in the church, in my
Yeah,
experience,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
um,
Mm.
Yeah.
the health mental health is not focused. I think
Hmm.
sometimes in the church or Black church,
Mm.
we get so we focus so straight on the spiritual health,
Hmm.
which is first,
Which is
but
first?
then
Yeah,
there are also, we can't exclude that mental health is also there. Like
Yeah.
it's
exactly.
it's something that we do, that it's a part of us as we are living beings, so
Hmm.
um
Can I
it's
just
good.
mention, Joe, what you
Hmm.
said is so important. Just a quick teaching that I listened to, and it was from a prophet, but mental health in the church, yes, you're right, not being talked about, and we're dependent on God to fix that. But the thing is, the spirit is God, the soul is us. So we have to start talking about the trauma that the soul is still hurting,
Right,
that
absolutely.
creates the
Absolutely.
mental health.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all.
Yes,
So you're
Alva.
right
Mm-hmm.
there. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
this is what
yeah.
you guys do. You guys, you are talking to and resonating with and ministering to the world, and people are listening, and talking about strength, being exemplary models of strength.
Hmm.
This platform is that, and mom,
Thank you.
talking about you as well. You are and always have been for me an example of strength.
Mm.
And I think it's to the point where, as I got older, it became embedded within me, and now I just can't seem to stop being strong. Um,
Mhm.
Wow, wow.
I'm a tough
I
That's a
cookie,
like
you
good
that.
know.
thing.
I
Well,
don't want
bless
to be
God.
strong
That's a good thing.
I'm
today.
a
Like your
tough
grandma
cookie.
Right.
Elnor would say, well, bless God. All right.
Mhm.
That's a
I'm
good
a
thing.
tough cookie.
Wow.
So I would
That's
say
good.
you are one of the most
Mhm.
amazing examples of what it means to be strong. And
Wow.
I appreciate you for the crown that you wear. I appreciate
Wow.
you for
Mhm.
being a great mom, and growing. As even as time went on, you showed us that a mom is not perfect, but a mother also grows with her children, and
Yes.
take steps to always be the greatest mother that you can be. And
Yes.
I always remember the story you told me about how you fought hard to keep me and have me, and
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
thank
Mm-hmm.
you for that fight,
Mm-hmm.
because that I want you
Yes.
to know that that fight is not in
Yes.
vain at all.
Uh-huh.
If
Stop.
I would have
Absolutely.
Wow,
ended up
beautiful.
somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
um, with my other parent,
Mm.
my father, I don't think I would have
Mm-hmm.
turned out to be the young man that I am today. If I
Wow.
if I
Wow.
would
Wow.
say that to people,
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have not
Wow.
turned out to be who I am today. I would have not turned out to be everything that you have. It's in part. It's in me. So I
Wow.
would have been a
Beautiful,
mess. I
beautiful,
would have been a
My
beautiful.
God.
mess.
My God.
Tore
My
from the
God.
floor up. But
Thank God for Jesus.
Transparency, y'all.
thank you.
Yes,
Transparency.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
transparency.
Thank you for
You're
that. I
Mm.
appreciate
welcome.
it. If I can
Thank
clap, I'm
you.
holding
Thank
my
you,
phone. If
baby.
I can
Thank you,
clap, I
Yeah,
would
baby.
for you.
yeah.
Wow.
I got
Thank you,
some.
Everybody
baby.
clap, do something,
Thank
do
you,
Everybody
something.
clap.
baby. Oh my
Yeah,
I
God.
beautiful.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Listen,
Yeah.
you got to be fighting. You got to fight. That's what our parents said. Fight for your children. Fight for the life itself. Because they've been gifted to you. So you got to learn how
Yeah.
to keep your gift. And thank
Yeah.
y'all for just everybody for just teaching me how to wear my crown and still
Mm-hmm.
fixing it. I'm
Go
just
ahead and
saying.
straighten it up. Go ahead and
Straighten
straighten
it
it up
up.
one more
Straighten
time.
it
There
up.
I
it is.
see
There it is. There it is. Hey. Huh?
you.
All right
I'm
now.
not mad at that. I'm
Listen,
not mad
I
at
got
that.
to keep
Yeah.
fixing my crown. You guys have helped me to do so. And tonight, I tell you, ooh, this week is on. You know
Yeah.
what the
Mm-hmm.
song said? Been through the fire, been through the
Mm-hmm.
rain, but listen, I got some more
Yeah.
fire to go through. And I thank y'all
Yeah.
because now I can get to it, get through it, get with it for
Yeah.
All
this
right,
week.
all right.
I tell you,
That part.
I love y'all for this. I love y'all so much. And I
I
just
love
continue to
you.
pray with
Love you
us. And
too.
just like
Love you
everybody
too.
just said tonight, I can't. Oh my God, it's like you guys just inspired me to write that next book.
That's what's
Mm-hmm.
up.
I got
That's
another
what's
book.
up.
I got
There you
another book
That's
to
go.
write.
what's
I've
up.
written 4 already, and one is
I
already
love the love.
published, and 3 more is about to be published. But there's one more tonight that's come to mind. And the
Mm-hmm.
mental health piece is so serious and so connected to everything, and it carries
Mhm,
everything that
mhm,
is in the essence of life, the mental health piece. And the more
Hmm.
we talk about it, the more we'll be able to get through it, the better we'll be able to get to it and
Get to it
understand
and get
the
with it.
next steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
So we
love your
thank
little
everybody in
phrases.
the studio.
I do too.
Right.
Oh man, we love everybody who came through. And listen, for those of you, please go to our Facebook page and share your links with us. We want to stay connected.
We
We want
want
to
to
stay
talk to you.
connected. We want to talk to you. We need you guys to talk back at us. Dad Mentality podcast. Everybody tonight who chimed in on the chat, share with us on Facebook, and so we can also, for those of you who have we got some special things coming up, and we'd like to get your email contact. We really like to really just sit down and just talk like the village talk. We're the new village.
Mm-hmm.
We're the new
Hmm.
go-to. We're the new
Yes.
takeaway for mental health. We're the new advocacy, where we make it plain, make it clear, safe space, safe haven for you to talk about your
Mm-hmm.
journey and bring in the information, the support to keep you stabilized, to keep you motivated, to keep you going, to keep you mobile to the next steps. But you find your way. So you are not alone. We are here for you. And
Yes.
listen, this is why we call Just Stop It. We're bringing our stuff to the attention of our local officials, government agencies. We bringing it to the top. So we would love
All
for you
the
to
way
go
to
to
the
the top
top.
with us.
Yeah.
All the way to
All
the
the way
top.
to the top.
So if you
One
can
thing
help
that I
us
have
go
to
to the
do.
top, that's fine.
One
Mm-hmm.
thing that I have to do, I got to cover this towards the end
Oh
before we
yeah,
give our shout out to whatever we want to do. First of all, I want to thank
absolutely.
everybody for staying in the stream as long as you did. I love the consistency. I see
Yes,
it
thank
building.
you so
Thank you for the
much.
comments, for
Yeah,
taking the time to stop by and say something because we recognize you don't have to give us your time. But we do
exactly. We
appreciate you
thank
for
you for
giving it
that
to us, of course.
and for
So one thing I have
celebrating
to
with
read,
us.
and yeah,
Hmm
celebrating Professor
Celebrating with
Yes.
us. The
Williams, the
party
Grand
don't
Queen.
stop.
So
Grand
thank you to Ari and
Queen.
Joe for stepping in and help us
The
celebrate and
party
just tell her
Thank you
don't.
so
happy
much.
birthday. We
Yes.
acknowledge that your birthday is
Oh
on April
man.
1st, but we know
Mm-hmm.
that with our
My
schedule, we're not going
Jesus.
to be filming or recording on Sunday. So we just want to make sure
Right.
that was way out of the way. We want to give
Exactly.
you
The
that
Mm-hmm.
love
Sunday's
because you
Easter
definitely deserve
Sunday
it.
and things too. So we're gonna be in
Absolutely.
a break on Easter Sunday
Oh,
as well. But we'll be back with
right,
more great stuff.
right.
Hmm
Of course. One thing I
Yes,
want to
yes, yes.
read
And
real
the pit
quick.
stop too, Trey.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna tell them about that. I actually love to tell them about that
Absolute.
part. One thing I want to
Absolute.
do first is read our disclaimer. So, as a JTI friendly disclaimer, everybody, the information in this video is not intended nor implied to be substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. All content is to be considered as such. We are only mental health advocates that are here for you. Yeah, we're mental health advocates that are here for you. We don't want you to decline or dismiss any medical advice or any medical
Absolutely.
attention that you might need. That is not what we're here for. We are only here to be that safety net, be that cushion before the fall. We're here to pick you up too if you do fall, but we're here to catch you before everything does fall apart or before you do hit the ground with your situation. So that's what we're here for. We're trying to spread the love and keep it going. So don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to share ideas with us or things you want to hear discussed. Thank you to Chef Alva. I was so excited to have you back on when she said that she's going to be sending you the link as well. I was happy to have
my
you as an
God.
addition.
Yes,
I want to
my
shout out real
hero.
quickly the people in the comments. So the beast that I know from another show is the Dad Mentality podcast on YouTube. Michael the Great that stopped in on behalf of Chef Alva, Kenneth Clark, one of my friends. Miss Daphne Hughes, that's one of your that's one of her other supporters. Thank y'all for stopping in here. Thank you for staying
Thank you
consistent.
guys.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
staying in
Thank
here
you
to
so
to listen to what we have
Thank
to say.
you so much.
Definitely
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
True
Yes.
village, true village, absolutely true village, true grit. You guys are phenomenal. Yes, and the pit stop. Go with it,
Oh
Trey.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I almost forgot about it. I'm trying to make sure we cover everything, and I'm looking at messages and stuff like that. So 7:30 to 7:30 to 8 is the pit stop. The reason why I called it the pit stop is because if I don't watch NASCAR, but everybody knows what NASCAR looks like, and everybody knows what the pit stop is. Those cars come in, they're in there for 30 seconds. Whatever happens needs to happen, and they're on their way out to get back into the game. So that's the same thing I consider the pit stop to be. Is dubbed as a mental health check-in because we do want to, say hi to y'all, see how y'all doing, touch base, let y'all know what happened the previous Sunday as a recap, let you know what's going on for the following Sunday. So it's just a little 30-minute like stop in type of vibe. If you want to stay for 2 or 3 minutes just to say hello, if you want to hear what we have to say or catch us later, y'all know our YouTube links. If you don't, it's JTI Reform 1 on YouTube. It's Grand Queen, I believe, on TikTok. We have a couple of different other social handles, but yeah, just a quick interaction. That's the pit stop.
Exactly. So feel free to stop by the pit stop and just just have a little chat with us. Sometimes we just spill the coffee and tea about little things, that have
That's all it
that
needs to be
happened
sometimes.
during the week. Just a little check in with each other. You recharge, recover, right?
Recharge.
So
Yeah.
that's all recharge, and we bring
Real
our
quick,
cup.
Real quick, Joe, if you don't mind, I want you to plug your own social handle because I just recently subscribed to your
Yes.
YouTube channel. I want you to plug your own
Yeah,
YouTube
me
channel
too.
while you're in here.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Follow me at Got to Do Me TV.
Yes.
Right on YouTube.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Simple enough. Thank you. Anybody got any shout outs or anything
Absolutely.
before we go?
Thank you, guys.
Anybody? Okay. If all is well, then that's
Thank
good.
you. Well,
Yeah.
I shout out to EJ. EJ, my grandbaby. That's our king. That's
Yeah.
our little king.
No, that's right.
EJ, my grandbaby. I love you, EJ. Yes, now my Alaska baby. So yeah. So until next week, listen. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about it. If you've come to the mountain, don't worry. You've come to the mountain for a reason. You are going to get to the next steps. Peace, love, and joy.
Hey.
Until then, see ya.
Joy.
All right, y'all. See y'all. Y'all stay on the screen. Stay hands free off the screen. I'll remove y'all off the screen one by one. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, mommy. I'll see you. Okay. All right, Joe. Thank you for stopping by. Catch you later. Thank you. All right, Chef Alva. I'm so happy to have had you back. Thank you. I'll see you later too. Okay. All right, of course. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we do. Good night.